Hello there, Ayobola. I'm glad to see that you're writing essays for your IELTS preparation. Well done. Let's take a look at what you wrote this time. Okay, the topic is using the internet to communicate, shop, and work. Positive or negative? Let's see what you had to say about this. Experts throughout the developing and developed countries have debated the possibility to shop, work, and communicate with people without physical contact. Okay, I know what you're doing. You are basically rephrasing the prompt here. Unfortunately, the way you rephrased it actually changes the meaning, and it's not exactly what you want to say. They're not debating the possibility, because the possibility we know exists. Okay, so that's not the topic under debate. The topic that is under debate is whether this is a positive or a good thing, or I'm sorry, a positive or a bad thing. So in other words, what you should have said here is experts throughout the developing and developed countries have debated the benefits of shopping, working, and communicating with people via the internet or without physical contact. Okay, so that's what's under debate here. Okay, that's what's the topic of debate, whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, and not whether it is actually possible. Okay, let's move on. Some believe that the internet is the platform where all negative influences are initiated, and as, I don't know what you mean here. Is the platform, I'm not really clear with this expression here, as degree of disorderliness. I'm not sure what you mean here by as degree. Personally, I strongly disagree with this statement. This essay will discuss both views using examples from Harvard University and UK counter-terrorist groups, plural perhaps, or a UK counter-terrorist group to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, the structure of this is fine. I think, now, okay, here's the thing. In a higher scoring essay, yeah, the truth is we do address both sides. That is true. Okay, it's fine. We'll talk about it more later. Before I come to any real conclusions about this sentence here, I'd like to read through the whole thing first, okay? So let's see. On one hand, there is ample evidence that in the modern age, internet has brought numerous benefits to mankind than it were decades ago. Okay, there's a problem right there, clearly. So the internet has brought numerous benefits to mankind. Okay, when you use than like this, you have to use some sort of a comparative. So it should be the internet has brought numerous more, or has brought more benefits. That's probably the best way to say this. The internet has brought more benefits to mankind than it had decades ago. Maybe. It's still a little awkward. So let's see if we can rephrase it. So the internet has brought numerous benefits to mankind that did not exist decades ago. Okay? That's probably a better way to say this. Some of these some of these benefits is the right word here, or some of these advantages are the possibility of fast and cost-effective means of information sharing through a video conference call and without necessarily I don't like the placement of necessarily here, and without the necessity for or without the need for face-to-face contact with others. There are various internet communication tools that enable us to network personally and professionally. For example, recent research by Harvard University indicated that 80% of business deals rely on internet communications networks, plural. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that the development of the internet makes it possible for us to obtain information from all over the world in nearly all subjects and areas of human endeavor. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think that if I really wanted to be strict with you, I would have liked maybe one more sentence here, but on the whole, it's fine. So let's look at the rest of it. On the other hand, the internet has become a curse rather than a blessing, as we have seen in recent times. Hacking has created a sense of insecurity amongst internet users, consequently causing great companies to fall due to loss of classified information. I would love an example here. That's a nice sentence, but I really would like an example. Like, where did we see a big security breach recently? I think we saw one with Facebook. And the result was that Facebook's shares or Facebook's value decreased dramatically. So use an example when you make a statement like that, okay? Furthermore, terrorist groups, plural, have capitalized on the wide use of internet communication to distract youngsters from their dreams by engaging them in militant activities. For instance, a recent study by a UK counterterrorist group showed that 60% of internet-related counterterrorism prosecutions had to do with material shared via the internet. Therefore, it is possible to state beyond doubt that the development of internet networks, plural, will set a gloomy precedent for the society in the near future. I don't like nearest future. All right, that's fine. In conclusion, although the development of the internet for communication and online activities has. Now, why should it be has? Because you're talking about the development. That's your lead noun here. So that's what the verb needs to follow. So has a negative effect on people. I strongly believe that the development of internet infrastructure in society exceeds what? Okay, now I'm confused. Exceeds far-reaching benefits than the negative effects. All right, now I'm really confused because what did you tell me here? So basically here you said that you think that the internet is positive, right? And then here you said although the development of internet for communication only to have negative effect on people. Okay. You know what happened? This should have been a comma. So here, instead of a full stop, you needed a comma. So it should have said, in conclusion, although the development of the internet for communication and online activities has a negative effect on people, comma, I strongly believe that the development of internet infrastructure in our society exceeds, I don't like this, exceeds far-reaching benefits, provides provides more far-reaching benefits than negative effects. Okay, so you had to change some grammatical things here. Basically, I see that in this one essay there are multiple times where you've had a problem with this comparative structure. So that's one thing I would like you to review in a good grammar reference book or in a good grammar reference site, how we use than in comparatives. Okay, that's one area that I saw some mistakes in, and there were a couple of other grammatical errors. The task response was fine. Your coherence and cohesion was not problematic at all. I would say it was absolutely appropriate. Vocabulary was good. It was good. It was appropriate. There were some nice areas of some vocabulary there. Your grammar had some trouble, but nothing too serious. That was probably, for me, the weakest thing. It was probably your grammar, partially because of the grammatical errors, and also you missed some important commas. Like you might have noticed that at some point I just kept saying comma, comma. And the reason for that is because while we avoid using unnecessary commas, you do need to use them occasionally, okay? Especially when they help the meaning of the sentence. Wow, that took us a long time, so let's go now to your second essay. Okay, here it is. It's the letter. Let's see what you said. Dear Sir, Madam, I am writing to express my dissatisfaction with the poor service. Probably just one service. We talk about customer service. It's one. The poor service we experienced in your restaurant last weekend for a date with my wife. Unfortunately, the date turned out less than we expected. Not less. You can't say the date turned out less. It turned out worse than we expected due to some safety concerns observed. Okay, that's fine. Firstly, I noticed that 2 screws on the chair my wife and I sat on, or capitalize your I please, were out, which left us in a discomforting state. Second, I would like some development of this. What do you mean? You meant that the chair squeaked, that the chair moved around. I don't know what you mean by discomforting state. It's a little vague, so explain it. This is your chance to really embellish and give detail. Second, the cutlery, we usually use this in the singular, provided for us had patches of leftovers on it. Okay. Finally, the appearance of the restroom had gross. Okay, had an offensive smell, an offensive smell emanating from it. This is unacceptable and unprofessional for a reputable restaurant like yours. However, a regular maintenance program is required to forestall irregularities critical to the restaurant's success and profitability. As you can see, we did not receive, no D here, the satisfaction we highly expected, and I would therefore ask for a discount of 20%. I would remove this. I would ask for a discount of 20%. This is awkward. Let's see how we can fix this. I wouldn't say the reservation. You didn't pay for the reservation. You paid for a meal. So let's try it again. I would therefore ask for a discount of 20% off OFF the meal price paid. That would work. Okay? I hope these ESE, these observations, will be useful in the future. And please, I wouldn't say revert to me. You could say, please refer to me regarding your plans to deal with these, again, ESE, because it's a plural, these situations. Okay, now, since you started, dear sir, madam, showing us that you don't know the name of the person you're writing to, you must complete your letter, yours faithfully. It's a convention of letter writing. When we don't know who we are writing to, we say yours faithfully. Okay? It's fine. There are some nice vocabulary, pieces of vocabulary here. There is some good grammar. You've given some detail. Would I have liked more for a really high score? Yeah, of course. A little bit more in some of the places that I mentioned, but on the whole, it was well written. Okay, so I'd like you to correct these, obviously, and don't forget to add to your error correction list. Send the corrected versions back to us with your next essays. We're looking forward to them. So I will let you get to that. Good luck, and I will look forward to your next writing assignments.